Are you a woman in business? Are you looking to join the growing ranks of female entrepreneurs taking over the world? You've come to the right place. On Babes in Business, we'll be covering all things business from the female perspective and giving you the tools to empower you on your journey. So now, let's get ready to be empowered on Babes in Business. Ribbit, we're on. Blake is telling us we're on. Thank you, Blake. Hi, welcome to Babes in Business. I am your host, Michelle Dempsey. I am also the birthday girl celebrating all week, and I have somebody amazing here celebrating with me tonight. She, I like to tell people, is responsible for being able to take pictures of me while I'm talking with my hands and make me look like a normal person. Her name is Megan Heward. She's an amazing photographer, and I'm so happy she's here with us tonight. I have to do a quick shout out to our guest from last week, Sasha Westerman Koenig of Westerman Rostova Law Group. She was here sharing all of her knowledge and insight into what's going on in politics, and I loved every minute of it. Sasha, we love you, and we hope you're feeling better. What else do I have to tell you? The birthday love has been overwhelming this week. Thank you all for your shout outs and your Facebook messages. Apparently, I have 300 friends I didn't even know. Amazing. Anyway, I'm going to pass it over to Megan, but I want to let you know right now we are doing a very sexy giveaway tonight. We're giving away the opportunity for one sexy caller to participate in a completely free boudoir photo shoot with Megan Heward. Give us a call, 888-565-1470. Megan, I am so happy you're here.
Hi, Michelle. Thanks for having me.
I feel like it seemed like forever ago when I said, Megan, you got to come on the show. Let's do this.
The time went fast.
And here we are. How are you?
I'm good, good.
Cheers.
Happy belated birthday.
Cheers to celebrating with me. You're the bomb.com. Tell me, so you're obviously an amazing photographer. I see your work everywhere. You've shot me and Christina Nicholson when we spoke together. But you've also got this other hustle. Tell me about your whole gig. Let's plug you.
I got a lot going on. So first and foremost, I'm a chef and a registered dietitian. So that's kind of where I started.
Okay.
And then the photography kind of became something I did on the side. It started off as kind of like, I like to take pictures. I grew up in a house where my mom was like constantly attached to her film camera. And it kind of just became a part of me. And I started doing it as a hobby. And then I thought, oh man, maybe I should start charging people some money, and I could actually do this as a business on the side. Never in a million years did I ever imagine that it would grow into what it is now. Never in a million years. I have the most amazing clients who've been with me from the beginning, which is such a cool thing. So you guys can check me out. My photography is at inaglimpse.photography. There's no .com, just .photography. I'm on Facebook at inaglimpse photography and on Instagram at inaglimpse photo. And then 6 months ago, just because if I didn't have enough going on, I started...
When it rains, it pours, right?
I started a new brand of my business called Food in Focus that specializes just in food photography. So that was something that really made a lot of sense for me with the chef background and just this passion for beautiful food. So I kind of do a little bit of everything.
Well, I think you're about to be doing a free boudoir shoot already.
Yes.
It looks like we have a caller.
Oh, yay!
Who's calling us?
Hello.
Hello, who do we have on the line?
You're going to die when you hear who this is.
That is a Christina Nicholson.
It's Christina. Christina wanted some sexy pictures, and I think I'm coming to produce the whole gig. Can I show up too?
I love that you guys recognize me with my voice right away.
We are huge Christina Nicholson fans. We were talking about you before we even went on the air. All good things, and I'm so excited you called in. I'm also excited to see you on Thursday. Before Megan gives away the goods, I want to hear why you feel you deserve the free sexy boudoir photo shoot.
Because, well, first of all, Megan is an amazing photographer. I've worked with her twice already, literally twice in the past 2 weeks. And I have never done a photo shoot like that before.
Huh.
And the pictures look amazing. Megan just blogged about it. She just did a sexy shoot on the beach, and her bum looks amazing. And I know she could do the same for me.
I'm so excited that you called in. I know a lot of other people are going to be jealous. I'm jealous. I want to do it, but we'll talk about that off the air. Christina, thank you so much. I think you know how to get in touch with Megan for your free shoot.
Okay, well, you guys take it away. I'm going to watch and listen.
Where are you going?
I'm going to watch you.
Oh, okay, good. I'll see you Thursday. Love you. Bye.
Love you guys. Bye.
All right, so just like that. See, I love that. I knew I obviously know Megan a while, but I didn't know she did boudoir photo shoots until she posted a blog. Hello, this is why people hire me. Content marketing. Blogging gets your point across faster than anything else in business these days. So I'm really excited you did that, and obviously I saw it. Christina saw it.
Yeah.
Why? What made you want to showcase the whole boudoir thing?
So I actually, for those of you, you can check it out. You can find it on my website. But I, as a photographer, it's super hard to be on the other side of the camera, but I think it's a necessary evil to kind of know what your clients are going through. I think in any kind of business, it's always good to put yourself on the other side, for sure. And so I hired another local photographer and did boudoir photos for myself, and it really just, it wrecked me as a woman. It like brought out all these insecurities that I didn't think I had, and it really, it just put a lot of things in perspective, and I left feeling sexier than I've ever felt, and feeling like I needed to tell every single woman to get in front of a camera.
Well, you know how I feel about empowerment, and I think there's nothing more empowering than falling in love with yourself, and when you take the time to do your hair and makeup, take off a little bit of clothing, get in front of the camera, and see yourselves in a different light. That's like empowerment city, and I'm all about that.
Huge. And I think so many, we live in a society where we're just constantly beating ourselves up. We are, I'm not, skinny enough. I'm not tall enough. My boobs aren't big enough. I'm not blonde enough. And so many women, I always hear, oh, I really want to have photos taken, but I want to lose 10 pounds first. And I think especially everybody does it. Everybody, it's like a bad thing. I did it for myself.
I think
I
said that when she walked in.
And I was going to say, we talked about this today.
Yeah.
And you said the same thing. I want to do it, but I want to wait a little longer. And I really just encourage women to stop making the excuses.
You know what?
And just do it.
You know what's crazy? I did a boudoir thing. It was pre-baby, so I was a little bit tighter everywhere. But I did it still feeling like, oh, I don't know if I can do this in front of the camera. And it came out so bomb just because I was loving the experience. It wasn't so much about every dimension of my body.
It really is about the experience. So women who haven't done it, I encourage women to do it. And even if it's not boudoir, if boudoir is not your thing, that's okay too. I think, women, especially mothers, stop taking pictures of your kids and get in the picture with your kids.
Guys, I didn't forget the sexy just because I had a baby, but I love that you're making that come alive again for people. And I think anybody listening would probably want to take advantage. So are you doing this for a certain period of time, or this is from now until forever?
Now until forever. I think really women are they're so busy, first off, that they stop and they don't remember that they're supposed to take care of themselves. And taking care of yourself is also part of sharing, capturing a memory for your kids to have. So if you're in every picture that you took of your kids over the last 10 years, then your kids don't have any photos of you. And that's so sad. So sad. So I encourage women really to just get out there. Don't worry about losing 10 more pounds or getting your hair cut or having your makeup done or any of that, because your kids aren't going to care about any of that. And your husband doesn't really care about any of that, hopefully. So the
honey, you forgot the mascara.
The reality is that people should want to capture everything. And nowadays, professional photography is reasonably priced. It used to be something that, was like a luxury item. And nowadays, there are photographers in every price point. So everything from kids' birthday parties to weddings, of course, is a big part of that. But people should have those things captured, and they shouldn't be the ones capturing them.
And people should know that Megan is also a photographer of weddings and children and families. Christina Nicholson, who called in, just had a beautiful shoot with you. I saw one of the images where it was like dark and you saw the silhouette.
Oh
my. And she's booked back-to-back for weddings this month. I mean, I don't know how you're doing it all. I feel honored that you even came by here.
Honestly,
with the bottle of wine that she brought for me.
Well, you gotta have the wine. I'm exhausted, but it's like I've never been so awake and exhausted all at the same time. And I think only another woman in business can understand what that truly feels like.
1,000%.
When you're doing something you really love, it doesn't feel exhausting.
The energy drives you.
Yeah.
And you don't have the same energy when you're doing something you don't love, which is essentially why so many people come to me and they're like, Michelle, I built this business because I loved it at one point. I don't have the passion anymore. And that's where we find it again with the rebranding. So offering the rebranding has been awesome because it's allowing people to step back into that go, go, go mentality with a good strategy. You're all about strategy.
Yes.
So you've got a little strategy cooking now. You're going to be pursuing something full-time, potentially.
Hoping, my business has grown so much more than I could have ever imagined. And it's a blessing and a curse because I have a full-time job on top of running my business full-time. And it's a job I really love. And I feel really lucky to have multiple things I'm passionate about. I think so many people are kind of just like wandering through life, and they like are just working to work and working to get a paycheck, and it's so not what it's about. Life is way too short to not do something you're incredibly passionate about. And if you have something you love, why not make it a business?
I love that.
Like, why not make it a business?
I did it, and I'll tell you, it worked out for me.
Yeah, it doesn't come without a lot of hard work. I think that's a big misconception, that people think, oh, I got this idea, I'm gonna start a business, and then everything's just gonna be great. And that's, it's 2:00 in the morning, it's 7 days a week, it's on vacation, your phone is going off. I wouldn't change that for anything, but it's a choice, and it comes with sacrifice, of course, and it comes with finding balance. And I think that's something that every woman struggles with, especially moms. I'm not a mom yet, but just finding balance is so hard. No matter what you do, even if you run your own business or you work for someone else, it's still hard.
And it's different every day, and it's never easy. But like you said, it is the most beautiful thing. We have to go to break in a second. Plug one more time where we can find you.
On Facebook at Inaglimpse Photography, on Instagram at Inaglimpse Photo, and my website is inaglimpse.photography. And you can find my food work at foodinfocus.photography and on Instagram at foodinfocusphoto.
And you know me, Michelle Dempsey. My website is michelledempsey.com. I am a content strategist, a speaker, an entrepreneur, all things content related for your business we can help you do. We are now rebranding and consulting. So get in touch with me for that. Follow me on Instagram at the Michelle Dempsey. The Michelle Dempsey. We'll be back after the break. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for listening to Babes in Business. And let me tell you, if you're looking for a lawyer, I've got the guy for you. The show is brought to you by the Dempsey Law Firm, PA, a civil litigation boutique specializing in personal injury and wills, trust, and estate planning. The firm founder and attorney, Elliot Dempsey, serves clients across South Florida for issues ranging from auto accidents and slip and falls to your basic will or trust to protect your loved ones. We've all got loved ones, so he's the right guy to call for it. The Dempsey Law Firm can be found online at www.thedempseylaw.com or call them by phone at 954-667-8120. Tell them Michelle sent you. And don't forget, change is the law of life. Thank you for listening to Babes in Business. I am your number one babe in business, your host, Michelle Dempsey of Very Well Written, the business I founded to help other entrepreneurs get their businesses off the ground with great content, strategy, branding, social media, editing, and anything in the way of words. I've got you covered, www.michelledempsey.com, or you can call me at 305-469-7500. Don't forget to tune in every Tuesday night at 7 o'clock to join me and a fellow babe in business talk all things business. Can't wait to see you there. Are you feeling empowered to be a babe in business? Just when you thought you had all the secrets, I'm getting ready to share some more. We'll see you there on Babes in Business. Be free,
Right.
but certain things will work in.
Yeah, sure.
Are we back? We're back. We're on the air. Hi guys, we're back. Having a little too much fun in the break. I am your host, Michelle Dempsey, and I am here with Megan Heward, photographer to the star. Well,
no stars yet.
No stars yet.
Just
but to the stars
awesome
of our
people.
lives. Yeah, everybody's a star, right? When they get in front of the camera, you're a star behind the camera, as we know. We were just talking about the importance of women feeling sexy no matter where they are in their lives, what they're going through, whether they're moms, not moms, in shape, not in shape. Megan is doing boudoir photography, which I think is a beautiful thing because there's nothing I love more than a woman who loves herself. And there's nothing wrong with that. And you do photography of all kinds. So we were talking before the break, Megan,
yes.
about you're doing all these millions of different things. How are we going to make it all come into one? Because you also, I don't want to overlook the fact that you're a food photographer.
Yes.
I met you at the blogger event. You were there pushing your food?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
Yeah, so the food photography kind of came second to, I've been shooting, my Inaglimpse has been around for about 6 years. So I've been shooting weddings, engagements, newborns, families, and then the food kind of just happened. So my first passion has always been food. I started off as a chef. That's what I originally went to school for. And I kind of feel like Johnson & Wales.
Nice. That's the best one.
Yeah, and I feel like it's kind of all just come full circle. Like you just get to a point where it all just kind of makes sense. And I was like, here I'm doing photography. And I'm like, all right. And I just found myself in the Instagram happy world where everyone is, posting pictures of all their food, and I'd be posting stuff and people would be like, oh man, your food's really beautiful. I'm like, I know, I really should do something with it.
For the life of me, and everybody takes pictures of their food wherever they go. I don't know. I'm not one of those people who can like get that angle where it looks like it's on a clean slate. Mine's always a hot mess with like the napkin off to the side. It's not for me, but that's why there's people like you.
That's why there's people like me. Yeah. So that's something that I've recently started. So I have a handful of clients locally that I work for who have food products, which is awesome. And, slowly signing on some restaurants, which is really cool. And then also working with food bloggers, which is a whole nother dimension to that. But there's so many bloggers out there who want to cook and want to write about it, but don't necessarily have the photography skill. And that's really where the food photography comes in. But for me, I mean, I love a gorgeous couple. I love a cute little baby, like squishy newborn. But food to me is so incredibly beautiful. And I think that's something that a lot of people just don't see. And I think we're in a society now where food is getting even more exciting. And people it's elevated to art now. The way it's being presented, the way it's being prepared. So why not capture that as a piece of art?
Your passion, her passion, like I feel it in my soul. You are radiating this love and this energy, and I mean, I meet a lot of people on a daily basis. This is rare, and I love that you are fully tuned into the things that you are doing. What led you on this journey? Like, how did you get here from being a chef? You went to photography.
Yeah, I don't know. It all just kind of happened. I have to give a shout out to my really incredibly supportive parents. My mom's
parents who were supposed to be here, I'm sorry, it wasn't set up that way.
My mom's an entrepreneur. She's run her own business her whole life. And so I grew up in a house where I was taught, like, you can do whatever you want to do. And if you are passionate about something, do that. And if you don't make any money in the beginning, that's okay, because money is not really everything. And the reality is, if you're doing something you eventually love, eventually the money does come because you're passionate, so you put everything you've got into it. And so I think so many times people start a business or run a business for the wrong reasons. But
everybody's looking for a get-rich-quick type of thing.
Yeah, and let me tell you, starting your own business is no joke. It's not a get-rich-quick thing. But I wouldn't change it for anything. And I think it's so important to just follow what you're passionate about. So my passion has changed over the years, and that's okay too. I think that
I'm so happy you're bringing that up because a lot of people think like, oh, but I can't switch jobs because people will say, oh, I'm switching a job again. I don't think you guys understand. You can ask my brother who thought I was crazy. I've switched courses so many times, and yesterday was my birthday. I turned 33, and I said, you know what? I'm happy. It only took me 33 years to figure out what path I needed to be on.
Yeah,
because now I finally got it. I was on like 17 different paths before this one, but hey.
And I think so many people are like that. They're stuck in jobs they don't like because they think at 25 or 30 they can't change what they want to do, and they decided at 17, which nobody really knows what they want to do at 17. And so I change all the time, and I'm constantly growing, and I don't even imagine I'll be doing anything near what I'm doing right now 5 years from now or 10 years from now.
You never know.
And every day I meet new people, and that opens up new doors for different opportunities and different aspects of my photography. And I eventually see it all coming full circle. I want to have a food blog at some point eventually. That's a good goal.
You can have a food blog at some point eventually.
Yeah.
Why not? You're doing everything else.
It's just a time factor, but that's eventually the goal is to actually have a food blog. But yeah, I think people should just do what they're passionate about. And when you're doing what you're passionate about, it doesn't feel like work. It doesn't feel like work, and you don't care how much money you're making or not making, and then eventually it comes. It just kind of
basically
comes full circle.
You're like speaking from my brain. It's like you parked a chair in there, and you're just.
I felt that way though. The first time I met you, I was listening to you speak, and I was like, "Oh man, this girl, this is it. She got it."
I met Megan at the Blogger Union event back in August. I was speaking about self-promotion, which was pretty funny because that had never been something I'd spoke about before. But I guess
now here you are.
I guess Holly had taken note of the fact that I'll self-promote as long as the day turns, you know. So, yes, and I met you and we connected immediately, and that was amazing. So you're right. You never know who you're going to meet on a daily basis, and you know, some people are so stuck in their way and so scared to take the leap. But you've taken the leap multiple times, and you're so happy, and I love to see that. So what's next? Like, what's 5-year plan?
5-year plan, food photography, like all the way. I can't imagine ever giving up like my portrait clients. I have clients who were like my very first wedding clients 5 years ago. Love you guys.
Who are now having babies.
Who are now having babies, multiple babies, and are still clients and are still part of my life. And I it's such a cool thing to watch families grow. And I really I hate to say like blessed because it's such an overused term, but I do really feel so truly blessed.
You are you're blessed with a talent.
To continue to watch these families grow and then to see my talent grow with them. It's unbelievable. So just to kind of continue to like grow my crafts, I think photography is always changing and growing. And especially with food is always changing and growing. And to kind of see where that all ends up, we'll see. I don't know. I have no. I don't want to say I don't have goals. I have goals, but I also kind of just want to see what kind of happens on its own.
It's amazing what happens on a daily basis. And as an entrepreneur, I know I wake up every morning and I'm like, something cool can happen today. I'm going to wait and see what that is. A lot of times I'm manifesting it because I'm determined to make something happen.
Yeah.
But a lot of times, like today, I got a call from, I was floored by a celebrity out in LA who was like, I've been reading your work. I think you're, and I'm like, I didn't manifest this at all. This just happened. So it is amazing to see, but it's all because we're putting the energy
100%.
out there.
You're putting yourself out there. It's about building a brand that's you, and you do that extremely well. And I think you, like you said, it's self-promotion all the time. Like, I'm constantly promoting myself. Like, this is me. There's no shame.
I'm telling you, I saw that picture you took of Christina's family, and I was like, oh my goodness, this is.
And that's why I do it, because that's the reaction, and it's something that she can hang on her wall and have for a lifetime. And as a mom, she probably doesn't have very many photos where she's actually in the photo. So it's a cool thing.
I love it.
It's a really cool thing.
I love it. I think it's really great, and you definitely do have a talent.
Thank you.
What would you say to anybody right now who is sitting at their corporate desk job, like twiddling with that creative talent they have and they don't know what to do? What advice would you give?
Oh, okay. So that's
I would
a
take
weighted
advice
question.
from you in a heartbeat.
That's a weighted question. Just do it. Do whatever you want to do. And I think a big thing is, don't give up that full-time job until you're really ready. So, yeah, you got to build a business. You have to make money. You have to pay your bills. So don't be like totally, haphazard about that. But there's
don't
no
do what
harm.
I did.
Yeah.
I jumped in head first.
I'm slowly easing my way into it. But you can do two things at the same time. And if you're doing something you're really passionate about, you make the time, you find the time, and you get happier in the process. And then that makes it all kind of worth it. And so I think there's a lot of people who are stuck. And if you're stuck, like, figure out what else you want to do. Like, you're not stuck. You don't have to do what you've been doing for the last 20 years because that's what you've been doing for the last 20 years.
The important thing to remember, especially for people our age and younger, the millennials. I'm officially no longer a millennial as of yesterday, but whatever.
I'm right behind you.
Life is not the way it was for our parents. And I think our parents mean so well to give us the advice of go to school, get one of the doctor, lawyer, teacher jobs, and your life will be set. It's not that way anymore. And there really is a power to making your own way, forging your own path, marching to the beat of your own drum. I've done it. Never thought I could have the confidence to do it. You've done it. So many of the people, well, every guest we have on here has done it. And I think that in itself is proof that, first of all, 2016, what a crazy year. But if nothing else, it was the year of the woman. Like, we rocked it this year.
Yes.
We really did.
I think women are finally standing up and they're finally realizing they have a voice, and that's okay. And it's okay to have a voice, and it's okay to say no, which I know is something you've talked about a lot on your show, which is, I think, something people don't do enough of. And as a business owner, that's something that's so important.
There's a power to that.
It
took a long time for me. I'm a chronic people pleaser.
Yeah.
And it must be hard for you because in your
Super
line
hard.
of work, people are expecting a certain thing, and then you have to go with what you do.
Yeah, it's super hard. But when I finally got to a point where I was happy and my business was where I wanted, was when I learned to say no. I learned to say no so I could have time with my family. I learned to say no so I had set hours where I work and where I don't work. I learned to say no so that I could have a night out with my friends and still be sane. And still doing what I love.
Yeah.
And I think so many women just don't know how to say no, ever.
Say no.
Say no.
Trust
Get
your
off
intuition.
Your desk job.
Get
Go
out of your
fun
desk. Just
job.
do something else. I mean, we're just,
Just go for it.
We support you. But we do, and that's the thing. You know that if you ever need strategy or business advice or consulting, or you really are ready to start that next venture in your life, I'm your girl. You need good pictures for the site. She's your girl. We are the dream team. Blake is telling me we got to hurry up here. I don't want to hurry up.
It's so quick. It goes by so quick.
It does go by so quick. A few things I do need to cover, though. I'm like, happy Thanksgiving. We're very thankful for you, our listeners. I want to... next week we're having two very amazing guests, and I'm very excited to have them on. And they're French. They're very fancy French ladies, and I'm very excited they'll be here. Yes, they are the makers of this amazing product, which we'll talk about next week. I have to say a huge thank you to the Aventura Marketing Council. I should connect you to them.
Definitely.
Yeah, it gave me a great spread in the newspaper last week. I was very excited about that. As you all know, I'm a self-promotion queen, and when I see my name in print, you better believe that's going up on the wall. It's a good day. Next week, we will see you at 7 p.m. I want you all to share this show today because the passion and energy in the show is unlike any other. You are a true gem. I am so blessed and honored to have had you on the show. I love you.
Thank you. I
really
too.
think,
This is so much fun.
And she brought me a bottle of wine, so happy birthday to me. And we will be seeing you next week. Megan, give us the goods one more time.
On Instagram at Anaglimpse Photo and Food in Focus Photo, and online at anaglimpse.photography and foodinfocus.photography.
And we urge you, if you have the writing or the creative bug, we are both part of the South Florida Blogger Union. Check them out, visit them on Facebook, and maybe start going to their events. We connected there, and a lot of magic happens there. I am your host, Michelle Dempsey, again from www.michelledempsey.com. You can find me on Instagram at the Michelle Dempsey, and I'm always sharing tips and tricks for getting your business noticed. And I'd love to write for you. So give me a call, give me an email, whatever you want to do. Just make sure you remember me as your writer. Keep it smart, keep it successful, keep it sassy, keep being a babe in business. We'll see you next week. Like they say, all good things must come to an end. But the good news is we'll be back next week with more tips, more secrets, and more strategies to empower you on your business babe journey. Did you like something you heard today, or would you like to join us on the show? Please contact me now at 305-469-7500 or visit me on the web at www.michelledempsey.com. I look forward to connecting with you and helping you become a babe in business.
The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were strictly those of its hosts, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.